That's another thing I forgot to do.
Uh-oh.
That's all right though. We're live. We're good. I gotta I gotta grab the. No one's here yet anyway. I actually have to grab the Ethernet
Uh-oh.
cord. That's all right though. We're live. We're good. I gotta
Hmm.
I gotta grab the. No one's here
Oh,
yet
are
anyway.
you...
I actually have to grab the Ethernet
I
cord.
can
That's
hear
all right though.
myself
We're
through
live.
yours now, I think.
Oh, you know what? I just
If
opened
you're
something.
watching your own stream.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and mute that. Should be all good now. Yeah. Let
All
me get
right,
the
testing,
Ethernet
testing,
cord
check, check, check.
really quick. Swelly, I'll be
Yeah,
back in
we're good.
5 seconds. I'm just grabbing my just grabbing the thing. Yeah. Whatever. I'll be 5 seconds. I swear.
Streamer struggles.
Too many S's. Alright, alright. Stream should not have gone down. I should be fine. I just switched to wired. We're all good.
Okay.
The reason I have to keep it wired up is because if I don't, for some reason, OBS does not like my wireless, and it will go down every like 10 minutes.
Hmm.
And that's the last thing you want to do. Alright, so, Swelio, since you just gave me the follow yesterday, I believe it was, I'm trying to start something new with Saturday nights. I'm trying to do streamer showcases where I take either close friends of mine or other streamers that I like, and I try and give them a little exposure. And so we talk and shoot the shit for an hour or two, or until one of us dies. Nobody's died yet. I'm not ruling it out.
Let's
Uh,
not start that yet.
yeah, no, I'm not planning on it. But so basically, I just bring someone on I love, and I try and give them a little bit more exposure with my followers. So thank you for joining again.
Yay!
And all right, let me see. Where do I stand here? I think everything's okay. So the way it works, Broke, for now, is we're basically in the early stages, waiting for a couple people to show up. And so this is just general shoot the shit.
Oops.
And so
There we go.
you good?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. All right, so this is just general shoot the shit portion of the show. While we wait for a couple people to show up. I tend not to get into the questions till later on in the stream.
I should probably bring up my Twitch on my phone. Oh.
Oh, that might be a good idea. Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
because
fun
I might
size.
need to like see the fucking chat and shit, you know?
Yeah, that might be a little important. Yeah, you want to respond to a couple things like,
Streamer fails.
dude, we're gonna have so many of them tonight, and
I know, dude.
I try so hard to prepare for these on Saturdays now, and I always miss a couple things. Like last week too. I started it up, and I'm like, oh, I never plugged in the Ethernet cord. All right, so I had to
It's
do
good
that,
stuff.
and then of course today now for stream key garbage. I can explain why my stream key was changed. I had a big problem with that. So my brother's Xbox, the litter box, the shit box, Small would call it. Uh, he had to get it reset because it was not having an open NAT type. So he literally like couldn't play with anybody, couldn't do anything.
Hmm.
Also, Swellio, we won't be playing any game. This is strictly talk show. I will be back to game streams tomorrow though. But so he had to reset it, and my account on it, all the accounts went poof, and so I had to try and get back into my Xbox account. The problem is that I'm an idiot with passwords. So I never bothered remembering which one I used. Turns out I had the right password. I just didn't know which email I used.
Oh, nice.
So like I had to try to connect my Twitch to a new account after disconnecting it from the old one, but it didn't.
Crazy.
It didn't disconnect completely, so I couldn't connect it to a new one. Wasn't going to be able to stream from the Xbox at all anymore. And
Yikes.
I found out the email I used, and I got back into it and everything. But in the process of trying to fix it, I changed my stream key. Never changed that in OBS, so OBS was like, this isn't a valid stream key. And I'm like, oh, that's a problem.
Yeah.
And so that's where we stand now. Those are the problems that I'll probably be running into forever. No matter how hard I try, I'm never completely set up with anything.
Me either, dude. Every day. And I like right now, I can't even freaking log into my Twitch on my phone. Wrong username or password, dumbass.
All right, Swellio. Hopefully, I see you during the game streams. Sorry, the talk show isn't necessarily your thing, but hey, it's not for everyone. It's understandable.
Thanks for stopping by, Swellio, and see you again sometime, I'm sure. Hey, Fun Size. What's up, dude?
Yeah, of course, fun size is here. Oh, I take it that means you got your thing all good. You can see the chat now.
Well, I mean, I'm sitting in front of my computer for a
Oh,
moment with
okay,
your
okay.
stream up, but I wasn't planning on sitting here the whole time. So I was like, shit.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Rushing to try to bring up my account on my phone.
That's right,
I was
Swellio.
being a booger.
If I remember, you're in Sweden. Uh, Speaking of Sweden, you guys are near Poland. I actually have an Americanized Kinder Egg next to me. I'm thinking about opening it. I've never had one. Have you heard about those yet, Broke?
Uh, it sounds familiar. I'm not positive though.
So over in Europe, they have Kinder eggs, and it's essentially eggs they give to kids, and there's a toy inside of the egg. Um,
Oh, okay, yep.
yeah, they were illegal in the U.S. because they were essentially afraid our dumbass kids were gonna choke on the toy inside.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
Americanized Kinder Egg is actually plastic that splits in two, and then in one side there's like cream and some hazelnut type things or something. They're like cocoa wafer bites. That's what it says.
Mm,
And then on the other side of the plastic egg, there's a toy. That way the dumbass kids won't choke on
nice.
them. Yeah. Which I gotta be honest, I think we
Yeah,
should I think we should bring
I,
over the actual ones. Let the kids.
I saw that they've started putting child safety lids on the bottles of Tide now so that, you know, stupid kids can't sit around doing shots of Tide.
It's the Tide Pods. Have you heard about that?
Oh my God, yes, dude. Yes. I was making a joke specifically on that shit.
Dude, dumbass kids my age, like 17 to 25, were like, Tide
So
Pod challenge.
stupid.
Aren't they?
So stupid.
Like, how do they live? Well, actually, they're killing themselves. Never mind. I was gonna ask,
Yeah, I
how do they
mean,
live?
population control right there, Tide Pod challenge.
Yeah, let's make it a game show. Who can eat the most Tide Pods?
I swear though, honestly, that is the most retarded, dumb fuck, ass backwards thing I have ever, ever, ever heard of.
And you've been
I
around.
thought it was bullshit. I thought it was complete and total bullshit at first. I mean, I seriously thought it was complete total bullshit. And then I started looking at some stuff online, started reading some articles, watching some damn YouTube shit, and I'm like, holy fuck, dude. I mean, I, 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 I can't even comprehend where in the hell this kind of an idea could have came from. Like, I can't even imagine the dumb fuckery or stupidity that led to this. I
It's
mean, nut shots are dumb enough as it is. You know? I mean, that's some retarded ass shit that I've never fucking done. You know?
okay.
But I mean, at least that's something that I can kind of relate to. Being a macho dude. You gotta assert yourself and be all super tough and macho. And yeah, go ahead, kick me in the nuts. Yeah, oh yeah, it didn't hurt. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm tough. I can get that shit. I somewhat understand that. Not that I totally agree with it, but I somewhat understand it. This Tide Pod thing, on the other hand, totally, completely, 100% oblivious to how, why, where, who, what. I just like. I mean, I can feel brain cells melting just by thinking about the Tide Pod challenge.
They look like candy. That's the whole point.
Really? I mean, they don't though. They don't.
But that's
They do not look like candy. There is no candy I have ever seen that looks like Tide Pods. None. I know what they look like. I know what they look like. We have them. We use them in the laundry. I know what they look like. I haven't tasted one. Never will, thank you. I'm not that stupid. They're laundry detergent. I know that that's not food. I know that that's not candy. It doesn't look like candy, doesn't feel like candy, doesn't smell like candy. I'm sure it doesn't taste like candy. Unfortunately, I was a bad kid when I was growing up, so I know what it's like to get your mouth washed out with soap. I know that taste. All right. It's not pleasant. So it sure as shit don't taste like candy. I don't know who in the hell, what kind of bullshit excuses people are trying to come up with, but there's no way in hell that anybody can say that they thought it was candy.
you, you,
Bullshit.
you know where I think it started? I really think it started 2 or 3 years ago with the whole I'm gonna drink bleach, or bleach is my favorite drink, and no one ever did. No one actually was like, I wonder what bleach tastes like. But then like the whole Tide Pod thing happened, and now kids are like, I'm gonna put this in my mouth and bite down on it. Ow, that tastes disgusting. Oh no, I'm dying.
That's about it too. Oh man, the insanity.
But
Man,
that's the problem. It's not insane because these are fully rational, of age kids that just go.
I would I would
Someone.
argue part of that.
Well,
Obviously, I mean, it's painfully clear and obvious that they are not rational.
okay, maybe that was a poor choice of word, but the point is that they're capable of reason. Okay,
They should be.
and
I mean,
their whole
they
thing
should
is,
be.
you know what it is? It's essentially the equivalent of I triple dog dare you. It's just
Which
eat a
is
Tide
the
Pod.
most retarded shit ever. Come
Uh,
on.
let's be honest. Would you consider yourself a kid of the '80s? I assume you were relatively into childhood in the '80s, right?
I was born 76, so
Okay, you're 10 years old in
and and
'86.
and Honey Bunny is 8 years older than me, so
Yeah.
she was definitely a child of the 80s.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. Your generation bought pet rocks. So
True,
I mean,
true. But that didn't hurt us.
I don't know. I mean, you guys paid money for a rock.
I never did.
Well,
And
you
she's
didn't.
shaking her head. She never did. I mean, some people had to have somewhere, but it was nobody I fucking knew. We
You,
could go outside and pick up a fucking rock off the ground and go,
Ooh, hi, Mr. Rock.
you,
Hi.
you
He's my
had
pet. You want to see him?
you know?
you had to know at least one person. I mean, they sold like some odd like tens of millions of damn
Dude,
things.
I seriously do not know anyone that bought a pet rock. I seriously don't. I've known people to buy chia pets,
Wait. You lived in
which is
Michigan.
almost as stupid.
Were you in
but-
Michigan in the '80s?
Oh yes,
Okay,
born
so
and raised
so
in Michigan.
so do you know anyone who stole a pet rock?
No, I don't
Okay.
think I ever knew anybody that even had a pet rock.
It's just
I
like
mean, it was a thing that people talked about, and we saw it on TV. You know, the stupid little pet rock commercial and shit. But I don't think anybody ever fucking like it was just like laughed about and shrugged off, kind of. From what I remember, it was
Holy,
always kind of a joke.
uh,
Lazor says, "I would pay money for a pet rock."
hi Liz, it's good seeing you again. Uh, but okay, so I looked it up because I was a little more curious about them. Uh, they actually started in 1975.
Hey, before I was born, awesome. All right.
Yeah, but
I see. Like I'm watching chat, dude. I see you. Thanks for stopping by, bro. What the fuck?
Hey, uh,
I'm not drunk, I swear.
not yet. I wish I was. But
I'm not even drinking. Well, I'm drinking, but it's coffee.
I'm trying to find out like the sales numbers for pet rocks. I honestly want to know. My question is where'd they go to
It was
get these rocks?
ridiculous.
Yeah, but where'd they harvest these rocks at?
I have no fucking clue, but like, what? You know something about it? Well, go ahead and unmute. No, the bottom one. There you go. Slide it up. There you go. I think, yeah.
They were bigger. They were bigger back in the 70s more.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
the thing is because like, yeah, because the first 6 months they sold 5 million of them.
In the first 6 months,
Yeah.
5 million?
Yeah, that's faster than the Apple phone, I think.
That's insane, dude.
Dude, the inventor.
But I mean, that was, to be realistic though, if they were really big and that was in the 70s, that was right after like hippie flower power fucking 60s era,
It was
where you know, a lot of people just might have been really stoned and out of their mind and like just looking for something to pet and hold and
What?
love. Yeah, I mean, flower power, peace, love, and happiness. You know, tree hugging. I don't know. My parents were hippies. I don't claim to understand it.
Watch what you say. People who had a pet rock were not tree huggers. They were obviously rock huggers.
I didn't say they were tree huggers, but I mean, if you're gonna love nature, then and you're gonna be running around hugging everything in sight, including rocks, then why not hug a tree? Why not hug a squirrel? Hug a park bench? I don't know.
Yeah, but the guy who invented it, well, actually, the guy who decided to sell rocks, because let's face it,
Yeah, I was gonna say he invented it.
Yeah, he invented the concept of selling them as a pet, but
Yeah.
he walked away with $15 million.
It's not bad.
What do you mean
It's
it's
not
not
bad
bad? He
for
sold
fucking nothing.
rocks.
Oh man.
Not bad. He sold fucking rocks. He made $15 million.
Shit, makes me think. Maybe I need to get an eBay account and start doing some eBay sales, like fart in a sandwich bag and sell that shit.
I gotta
on
be
eBay.
honest. I don't think I'm gonna stream anymore. I think I'm just gonna sell rocks.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, that's a big business, apparently. Who knew?
We just have to go back in time first.
Well, yeah, but that could be said about anything. Go back in time, invent the computer.
Shit, yeah.
So
But that's a little bit more. That's a little bit more intricate and a little above my pay grade, I think. Yeah, pet rocks. That's right about where I'm at. I think that's about adequate for me. Broke Joke Gaming. It fits.
That's about as far as my knowledge of business goes, is selling rocks.
So it's about as much energy and brain power as I have. I
Yeah.
can go outside, look down. Ooh, a rock. I think I'll sell it.
Well, you know what else? He wasn't even the first guy to look down at the ground and go, "I'm going to sell that." Think of the first guy who actually sold dirt.
I still laugh my ass off at the concept of an oxygen bar.
Well, to be fair, that gets you at least like buzzed or of some sort. I mean, maybe it's not.
Supposedly.
Well,
supposedly.
They're really big here in New Jersey. When you go to they have them in Ocean City. They're quite common over there, and I've known people who have used them and tried them out. And I've gotten high off oxygen, never for that, just for medicinal purposes. Yes, by the way, you can get high off oxygen for medicinal purposes, believe it or not. But I'll explain that in a bit. But apparently it's actually a really fun time.
5 years from now, oxygen is deemed illegal.
Don't ever say it.
We have to wear breathing monitors that regulate and monitor how much oxygen we're breathing in each day. If we go over it at all, then we get a summons to court.
No.
You've taken in too much oxygen. That's illegal.
You know what's gonna actually happen is
Hey, Vitalize, what's up, dude?
Fresh air is gonna be hard to find, and they're gonna sell canned air like in Spaceballs.
Oh, Dougie! Dougie's here.
Yeah.
What's up, Dougie?
It's my brother.
I've been waiting to use that, dude. I've been waiting to use that. What's up, Dougie?
I've explained that before, right? That's not his real name or anything. I think I've explained that.
Yeah.
It's just what I call him because I have no idea where. Well, I still don't know why that started. These instructions
I was.
are very.
You brought it
poor.
up during last week's talk
Okay.
show with A Balanced Breakfast Live.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And I was watching, so I was like, I listened, and I was like, oh, okay, I got some inside information now.
Is that what you call it? Inside information?
Hey, little details about people, whatever,
Yeah.
Not like I'm using it against you, but I thought it'd be a fun little joke to bring up or something.
Oh.
I was planning to do it during one of my streams that you stopped by for, and I was just gonna say, "Hey, Glitch Prone, what's up? Say hi to Dougie for me." But this is even better.
You get to say it to him. I want to ask you really quickly because I actually just added it before this stream. Read what Stream Elements says when people send me glitches or bits now. I thought it would fit the glitch theme perfect.
I'm my lace just had his 100 bits glitch, and now they're mine.
They glitched from his life to
Nice.
mine.
Nice.
I thought it fit the. I'm trying to get my channel
Nice.
more themed, and it's not
Yeah,
always
definitely,
easy,
dude.
but it's working well. The next thing I really got to do is I either have to hire somebody to make some art for me, or get in touch with somebody who wants to make a little bit of art for the. I want to get icons for all my info boxes down there, and I might do that
Nice.
myself. I don't know, but I also got to get a second emoticon.
I would offer to do something like that for you, but I don't have a whole lot of the artistic experience with the graphic design shit on the computer, but it is an area that I'm interested in,
Yeah.
and one of the things that I plan on getting at some point when I can afford to, because the things are kind of expensive.
Yeah.
But I am planning on getting myself a computer draw pad. So I've got the little pen mouse thing, the pen and the draw pad, so I can actually do some graphic work. And I think I'm fairly artistic and creative, that I'm gonna be doing a lot of shit. a lot of shit.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but I just built a car in a matter of like a minute.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah, it came out of my Kinder Egg. They give it to you. The Kinder Eggs, some of the toys come in pieces, and you have to put them together. I got a 3-piece car.
I just gotta get it down to the gas station and fill it up.
Honestly, it'll probably hold about 2 drops of gasoline. if it's lucky.
It's road trip time.
I think it's a hybrid.
Glitch has a new car. There you go, Dougie. And the next time Glitch needs you for a ride, just tell him, hey, go. You just got a car.
Yeah.
Go use yours.
I don't even know what my. Oh shit! It's got a motorized engine that lets it spin. Oh damn! I'm gonna take a video of this and put it on like YouTube or something. Get 10 million views. Excited 25-year-old plays with child's toy, loses his shit.
Oh man, I got ideas for fucking YouTube shit in the future and everything.
YouTube is a little.
I got ideas of all kinds of shit, bro.
YouTube is a little more difficult to get into.
2 years and only 40 subscribers for me, bro. Tell me about it.
I don't so much. Yes, that's a pain in the ass too, is getting the following there. But the other pain in the ass is actually if you're gonna do like edited videos, like cutting them and putting them all together. I have a Kinder Egg because they made an Americanized version, and they can sell them in America now. That way our dumbass kids don't choke on toys, but I honestly think we should let them.
Population control.
I am a very high proponent of natural selection. I agree with it completely.
Now, I happen to very, 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 very deeply and sincerely believe that we have just reproduced ourselves into
extinction.
Extremely fucked situation, that we are so overpopulated that it's the overpopulation itself that is the main issue in a lot of things. The homelessness, the unemployment rates, crime rates, I mean, there's more people, more shit happens. Period.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is I mean, if 1 out of every 100 people commits crime, and you've got 1,000 people, that's only 10 people making crime. But if you've got 360
Right.
million people, that's a lot of people.
Exactly.
It's a lot of people committing crimes.
Exactly.
Don't commit crime, kids. Crime doesn't
Yes.
pay unless you're good at it.
Say no to drugs, say no to crime, and stay in school.
No. Can I say no to that?
Sorry, I was trying to do my little Saturday morning PSA or whatever,
Yeah,
The more you know.
the GI Joe PSAs.
Yeah. Don't be a fool, stay in school.
This house is on fire. Get the fuck out. Have you seen those? They dubbed over the old GI Joe PSAs.
Oh no.
Yeah, the one with the house on fire. The guy just runs into the house. He goes, "What the fuck you doing? The house is on fire. Get the fuck out of here!" And the kid just looks at him and goes, "Da da 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 da." And the house is getting ready to explode. The guy goes, "Oh shit, get the fuck out, pork chop sandwiches." And I'm like, "What?"
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so your Xbox tag is porkchop TC.
Yeah.
Is that I'm curious about it. Where does that name come from?
It actually starts off from another nickname I had. And then somebody who was misreading that nickname. So what happened was, when I was about 13 or 14, so it's a bit more apparent, in the picture of the little wizard. You can see his hair's obviously supposed to be curly of some sort.
Mhm.
My hair used to be much curlier than it is. So when
Okay.
I was 14, and I partook in trying an illicit drug that rhymes with marijuana, and the other people there that were the other people
My
that
God, dude.
what? What's happening?
The way you said it.
What?
I mean, even Honey Bunny's sitting next to me here, just dying. He's fucking dying over here, dude.
All I said was I used to partake in a drug that rhymes with marijuana.
Just as good the second time. Just as good the second. All right.
But yeah. How do you like those?
Right,
How do
anyway.
you like those leftovers? Yeah. So anyway, so the other kids that I was with that were partaking in marijuana, they decided, because the things you roll the marijuana in, sometimes you call them, sometimes you call them doobies.
Yes.
And so my hair is really curly, so it looked like pubes. So they decided that I was a puby doobie. And
This is
so
great, dude.
so I started using Tiny Chat, which was a video chat room thing, a couple years later. And somebody in that room just kept reading puby doobie as pork chops. And so
What?
I don't fucking know, man. Don't ask me. I have no idea. And it ended up sticking, and so people were calling me pork chops. To this day, Twitch is the only online community I'm a part of that knows me as Glitch. Everywhere else, I'm pork chop.
Oh man, what's the TC after it? Is that anything or
That was for Tiny Chat. That was to disambiguate it
Oh,
from
okay,
everything else.
okay.
Yeah, that was to let them
Okay,
know where I was
gotcha.
from. But
Okay.
so yeah, but I personally haven't used anything that
I'm
rhymes.
crying, bro.
Oh, I haven't used anything that rhymes with marijuana for about 11 years.
I'm seriously, my eyes are fucking watering, dude. I'm balling it. I'm balling it over here, dude.
Were there other letters I could have
Oh,
picked that
man.
would have been better, like marijuana?
Hey, it's your own special glitchitude. It's fine. I love it.
Like,
Nothing wrong with it, bro.
I,
Nothing wrong
I
with
could have
it
just been like a drug that could be mistaken for Tijuana. I don't.
that, that works too. I mean, whatever you what. God.
I just think marijuana works the best.
Honey Bunny's still slapping her fucking leg and just can't breathe over here next to me. She's fucking dying over here, dude. Oh shit.
90%, 90% of his stream is just marijuana now. Yo, you know what I should do? I should download every Cheech and Chong movie, and every time they say marijuana, I just dub over it as marijuana.
Oh. That was another thing I wanted to ask you. You were saying we were talking yesterday. I believe it was yesterday, maybe the day before. About like copyright infringement and all that kind of stuff. And we were talking about how like we're actually the technical reason that we're actually allowed to stream video game footage. And you were saying it's mainly because we talk about the game that we're playing while we're playing it. And so is that the same concept in your opinion as like having a streamed movie night where I stream a movie and the only thing that I have to do is make sure that I talk during the movie at least a little bit in reaction to the movie and about the movie, and then it'd be okay? Or what's the deal? Because I know some streamers do that. You know, they do a movie night, and I want to know like how do I do that?
I think that's a tightrope. I would honestly you could probably get in touch and have like a free consultation with like a copyright lawyer.
Okay.
I think movies might work a little different, but you gotta understand even fair use is very tiptoed around. I mean the whole commenting on a game while you're playing it so that you can stream it is barely legal. It's like right on that. It's that gray area of legalities of copyright.
Everything in life is gray, but yeah, I get
Hey,
what you're saying.
my shirt.
In my own opinion, this is my own personal philosophy, bro. There's absolutely no white, no black. Absolutely everything in life is on a gray scale. And black is bad, white is good. And honestly, I don't think there is any definitive black and white, right and wrong, good and bad, because I think everything in life, every aspect of existence comes down to this gray scale, because everything it's all about perspective. So how I view a certain thing is going to be different than this other person views this very same thing. I may think it's totally fine and therefore good or right, but someone else has a different opinion, a different perspective, and they could look at that and go, no, I don't like that. That's wrong. That's bad. So everything in life, every aspect of existence is on a gray scale. And the only thing that changes it is perspective, each individual's perspective. Oh, that's cool, dude. Thank you. Thank you for that.
I made the shout out command specifically for the stream.
I need to do that. I need to put some shout out commands in my shit.
I mean, I plan on using I plan on using more shout out commands in the future, but I didn't even have them yet because I didn't feel like I had enough people that I needed them, and now it's kind of like, yeah, I need them.
Yeah, it's good shit, dude. Good shit.
But I was actually just gonna tell you that my headset has blue on it, so I don't know if everything's black and white and gray. It stands up for everything, but I understand what you mean. I see.
Look. All right, you know, you're lucky that I'm in Portland, Oregon, and you're in wherever, New Jersey, and I can't just extend my foot. All right, because you know, look here, buddy. All right, you know, you know what I meant.
Oh
you know
yeah.
what I meant.
You gotta
I
understand,
ain't
man.
talking about the damn. I ain't talking about the damn blue on your headset. I ain't talking about the damn green in my overlay. I ain't talking about the fungus on my toe. No, there isn't any fungus. I don't think.
Get a little
But
personal
anyway,
there.
you know, um, no, but seriously, I mean, when you really think about it, everything comes down to perspective. I mean, let's look at murder, for instance. I mean, hands down, most people across the freaking planet would say, without thought, without consideration, without hesitation, they would say, yes, killing is wrong. Murder is wrong. Period. So, killing is this black area, this darker area, this bad, wrong place. But the justice system can kill a criminal if whatever state they're in has capital punishment, whatever shit, death penalty, you know. We can go to war and kill thousands and thousands of people in a fucking war, and it's totally fine. So that in itself proves the perspective theory. You know, if you're in a position of authority, if you are the government or a law enforcement agency or criminal justice system, then it's okay if it's justified. It's okay if it's explained away. If there's a reason for it, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So it's a gray area. You know, what's okay to one isn't to another. I mean, even anal sex. I mean, some people like it, some people don't. You know,
Just going in heavy-handed
that's
there.
great. I mean, I'm not suggesting it. I'm not promoting it. But I'm just using it as a metaphor.
So
that,
I shouldn't have anal sex?
That's totally up to you. You are an individual. Sorry, maybe that was too far out there. I'm sorry. I was just trying to
No,
be.
dude,
like,
no, you're good.
I'm sorry.
You're
I'm
good.
sorry.
You're good. I just
I'm
joke about
sorry,
everything.
Liz.
I just joke about everything.
sorry,
I can't
Liz.
stop.
It was too much. Open mouth, insert foot. Fungus. Yuck. Never mind.
Yeah, honestly, I think having a foot fungus would bother me more than having anal sex.
I'd have to disagree with you on that one,
Well,
buddy.
it depends which end I'm on.
No. That's true, I guess. Oh man. Oh shit. All right. So anyway, yeah.
Wait, are you using that as a segue now?
Who?
How do you
Huh?
segue which end of anal sex you're on into anyway something else now?
I don't know, dude. I'm winging it. Winging it.
Honestly,
I don't have a script. We didn't write up a script for this shit, dude. It's off the cuff.
Do you know how long I've just been winging it? And you
winging it for 41 years.
You tell yourself every day I'm not gonna wing it anymore, and you wake up and go,
yeah,
oops.
Yep, nope, I'm winging it again.
So all I know how to do at this point, really. I'm stuck in winging.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how life is, though. I mean, none of us are born with any kind of a manual or guidelines to live by that give us all the answers to life. We have to learn as we get through it. Every moment is a chance to learn something, to take a lesson from life, make progress or not. And every failure is a lesson.
Yeah. Like at first you don't succeed, maybe skydiving isn't for you.
Exactly. I mean, that's kind of like, you know,
or,
I mean,
or like with drugs. You know what's nice about drugs, actually? A lethal dose is a lifetime.
They don't talk back?
Well, yes, but a lethal dose is a lifetime supply.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you're going out, but boy, you're gonna be happy going out. Actually, that reminds me. When I was in high school, I had a friend who accidentally overdosed on Mucin XDM, and he was telling me that story. And he just goes, "Yeah, I could have died, but my lungs were unbelievably clear."
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. I mean, it was a morbid way of looking at it, but I mean, he wasn't wrong. I mean, he was overdosed on Mucin XDM.
I'm just stuck on the I'm stuck on the part of somebody overdosing on Mucin XDM. Like, Like, I didn't even know that was possible.
Right?
Do not, disclaimer, do not go out there and try it, please. Please, everybody, be responsible. Think about your health.
But I
Think
mean,
about yourself. Let's be reasonable. Let's not go out there and run out and try to get whatever cough syrup or decongest, even fucking laundry detergent that we can get our hands on. Yummy. Just be chill.
said even laundry
Let's
detergent.
have a hamburger, or that's much better. We okay here?
Oh yeah, we should be. I don't have any
Getting
problems.
a
holding.
little bit of. I was getting a little bit of buffering on the stream, and I'm getting a little bit of jitter in the voice.
It
You know what
should
I
be
mean?
it should be mostly cleared up. I know why it
Okay.
happened momentarily, but it should clear up relatively soon.
Okay. Just keep me informed. If you see any red lights on your side, let me know.
Well,
I'm cool with postponing or ending and taking a moment to fix things or whatever if need be.
well, if it does come to that, I think the only thing I would really probably have to do is lower the frame rate because at this point the only thing on screen is
Yeah.
frozen
Frame rate? What
picture-
frame rate?
Yeah, there's like I left it running at 30 frames because why not? But I mean,
Yeah.
realistically, I could turn it down to like half a frame a second. It's still gonna look exactly the same.
Yeah.
But I know
As
why it
long
was
as that's
happening.
enough for voice to come through.
Yeah, it should
Voice
be
has its
perfectly
own frame rate, doesn't it?
fine. It should. I can't.
Or bit rate?
I can't imagine that runs codependently on each other. Can you imagine if you drop down to 5 frames a second and your voice is just like 5 frames a second?
But
Yeah, exactly.
But
You can do that to there's a
No.
joke about doing that to people who can't hear right. Just like, hey, I got new hearing aids. Can you help me test them? Sure.
I used to do that shit at drive-throughs. I like working the drive-through. Working the drive-through.
Is that
And
why
I-
you don't? Is that why you don't work there anymore?
Well, no. Because actually, in all honesty, I didn't work those jobs that long. But I made it fun, and I did a lot of voices in the drive-through as well.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of people that came through the drive-through, and they had fun. They laughed. They came to the window and they were like, "Oh my God, I've never had this kind of experience from a drive-through." And it was hilarious, dude. I'm loving it. That's great. Thanks, bro. Whatever. You know, I got tips and shit. You know, I'm working fucking drive-through window at Wendy's. I'm not working for tips. You know,
You got tips at a drive-through? That's just absurd.
isn't it?
Like that doesn't even make
Just
sense.
Because I was trying to be like, I was just trying to go at the fucking job as like kind of how I try to go with streaming and just being animated and playful and interactive with whoever's around, you know. And I really as a streamer, I really love my viewers, and I need my viewers because my viewers are my fuel. You know,
Honestly,
like I can work off my viewers, and my viewers can help me be more animated and shit. When they say something in chat, then that gives me an opportunity to go, okay, how can I respond to this the most animated and maybe a little smart assy, you know, but I'm playing. I'm trying to be funny. I'm trying to be animated and entertaining.
my main goal when I stream is to make sure I don't forget I'm on cam and just start whacking one out.
Picking your nose or something. Oh, whacking one out. Hey, you jumped right in there. Okay. All right. Hey, you know, I did it earlier, so.
Just like, oh wait,
I
I'm
mean,
on
jumping
cam.
in there, not whacking it on cam.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the reason that's a little bit
Wow. Woo.
the reason that's a little bit of a
Man.
concern to me is because I actually watched a guy, not a Twitch streamer, but a guy in a video chat room completely forget that he had left his camera up in another tab, and
Oh
he
my
just starts
God.
rubbing one out.
Wow. That's nice. That's nice.
I don't even know how you forget that.
I would never log on to Twitch again. I'd be no, forget it. I'm done. I'm going back to YouTube.
Right? Like, oh boy, all these people have seen me rubbing one out. I better leave and never come back.
I even okay, when I first got my PS4 camera, I hooked it up and I logged into that what is it? The PlayStation Playroom
Yeah.
or whatever it is. And I was curious about stuff. I like looking into things, seeing what things are about and everything else. And as soon as I get in there, I'm like seeing damn near nothing but weirdos stripping, screwing, or very close to those kind of activities on these PlayStation Playroom cameras for anyone to tune in and watch. And I mean, this is a video gaming console, and there's a lot of kids that get on these consoles, and it's a shocking amount of complete disregard for any kind of decency and responsibility for yourself, that you're going to put this kind of content in a place that is realistically a kid friendly, kid oriented area. You know what I mean?
Right,
I mean,
right.
there's so many other places on the internet for content like that,
Right.
which I've mentioned before when we've talked about certain unmentionable Twitch streamers.
Yeah.
That I won't go into detail. I'm not going to mention names, but some people who are doing content on Twitch that may or may not be a clear kind of F you to Twitch. Like, I can do what I want,
Yeah.
and it's really fucked. It is. It
Yeah,
is. It
you're not
pisses me
wrong.
off. It irritates the fuck out of me.
Could yeah.
I mean, I'm a warm-blooded fucking human male. I like female genitalia, female form, female physique, whatever. But come on. Come on.
Just come on.
I can't even think of anything else to say on it. It's just really, come on. That's all there is to it. Come on.
Just go into every
There's more to life. There's
go
so much more to life.
go into every boob streamer's stream and just send them the link to the like ChatterBait sign up page.
Be careful saying that term too, dude, because I don't know if that could be something that
Okay.
is
Okay.
discriminatory or something. You know what I mean?
Okay. So
Even without
the
saying an actual name. That's why I've been so vague about it. Like, just the content creators of a less legitimate fashion or whatever. I'm trying to be real vague and real kind of like passive aggressive on it in a way.
yeah, but I understand what you mean. We've talked about that a little bit before.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, I don't remember what movie it is now, but I mentioned to you they're redoing the Ocean's 11 with all women.
All the women. Yeah.
Well, there's another movie from the 80s. I can't remember which movie it is. But they're taking
Back to the Future.
No. They're not going to
Thank
ruin
God.
that yet. But
I'm sorry.
it's some movie from the 80s that was pretty big. It was some kind of comedy, and it was like three guys, and they're remaking it with three women. And I'm like,
Three
no,
Amigos.
no, I honestly have no idea what it was. But the point is it's not even a movie anybody wants remade. No one
That's
has
already
ever
three women.
no one has ever asked for it. And they're just making all these movies no one's asking for with women just to go, we're appealing
But
to the
honestly,
women.
at the same time, dude, realistically though, I mean, I'm not like I don't know. I mean, I'm all for women equality and women's rights.
Look.
And if doing more movies, more more media, not just movies, but more media in whatever form it takes, with women in powerful roles, meaningful roles, whatever. If it means something to the people that are doing it and the people who watch it, then great, keep doing what you're doing. If I don't want to watch it, I won't.
I'm in an agreement with that, but my only thing is I wish they would actually make decent women roles, because essentially all
I
they're
wish
doing.
they would make decent movies. Period.
Well,
Decent fucking,
okay,
you know,
that's
women or
the.
men or not, I don't care. Just we have a clear fucking, like I told you this earlier off stream. We are facing such a severe lack of originality and creativity
but
in entertainment these days that
but
it's
that's what
just
I'm saying.
absurd.
Is they're trying to, okay, so from a large business, especially a large media business standpoint, uh, they're trying to up their sales by making
Mhm.
all women inclusive movies.
Right.
Um, I don't have a problem with that. The
Right.
part I really have a problem with is make the movies with all women that people are actually asking for. Just don't do
Yeah.
this half-ass thing to make money going, okay, which classic movie are we going to remake completely with just women instead? And that's
Right.
literally all they're doing.
Right. But the same could be said about superhero movies too, though, because I mean
Don't get me
everybody
started.
and their uncle wants to do a superhero movie, and everybody's jumping on the bandwagon, and everybody's putting out some half-ass fucking stupid shit that they're trying to capitalize on because there's so much hype and so much popularity in superhero shit and everything and comic books and everything these days, which is honestly in itself about fucking time. And rock on, everybody.
Um,
But yeah, because for a long time comics were kind of like stigmatized. If you were a comic book reader, you liked comic books, you were some fucking douchebag nerd fuck that nobody needed around, nobody liked. You belonged in your Dungeons and Dragons universe and whatever. But it's become a hell of a lot more popular and mainstream, and I'm fucking digging it.
See, it's interesting. Is I hear that a lot from people from your generation about all of this stuff getting popular now. But oddly enough,
Mhm.
the people from my generation who actually like it and are actually into that stuff are really pissed that it's mainstream now.
I can see that.
Cause it's like, hey, we've been doing this for like our entire lives. Cause once you get to
Yeah,
35,
and we
40,
suffered through it while it was unpopular.
yeah, you never went through it being popular during your like childhood years or
Right.
young adult years. For me, it really started kicking up because I started getting into comic books, superhero type deal stuff, and all the nerdy stuff that comes with that. I was I was probably I really want to say about 9 or 10. That sounds about when the first X-Men movie came out, right? 2001, 2002 ish, when they did that X-Men
uh
movie.
no clue, dude.
Well, it would have been about then, and so
Sounds about right.
it was still pretty stigmatized back then.
Yeah.
And so I grew up into all that stuff. And then one day I walk into high school and people are wearing Flash t-shirts and Green Lantern and Batman
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm like, when the fuck did this happen?
I went through a phase similar to that when I was in school, and I'm 41, so it was a little bit before your time.
A little
But
bit.
there was a phase, a little bit, yes, just a couple years, maybe
Yeah.
maybe a couple days, I don't know. But no, there was a phase where like Looney Tunes was the hippest, hottest, most popular shit. And everybody had either a Tweety Bird, Sylvester the Cat, or a Taz t-shirt. Every fucking buddy, or sweatshirt, or jacket, or something. And Looney Tunes was the shit. It was everywhere. Fucking, like um airbrushed fucking shit and everything. Like all over. And then almost overnight, it was like, oh, what Looney Tunes, what? Oh, that kid shit? What the fuck? Get out of here. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's
The hell?
interesting. I grew up really watching a lot of Looney Tunes and like the whole
I love Looney Tunes.
Tom and Jerry,
Hell yeah.
Wile E. Coyote,
Mm-hmm.
all of that. Porky Pig.
Animaniacs.
Yeah, I remember the Animaniacs. What was
What
it? It
about
was
Freakazoid?
Yakko, Wacko, and Dot.
Yep, Yakko, Wacko, and Dot.
Yeah.
Did you watch Freakazoid?
Oh yeah, yeah. He runs around in his underwear.
Yeah.
Do you remember Hong Kong Phooey?
Oh yes.
See, I remember Hong Kong Phooey, but like that's the stuff I grew up on, and oddly enough, that stuff was really big with my generation. Believe it or not, most 25-year-olds they know all of the Looney Tunes and all of that shit. Just not a lot of them were as into it as I was, I guess.
Hmm.
But of course, once I got of age, and yes, Looney Tunes isn't really popular anymore. There aren't many kids nowadays under probably 2021 that know what Looney Tunes really is. It's just not popular anymore.
Yeah, it's died down a lot.
But
Unfortunately,
yeah, because that's good shit.
it's classic.
But
It's classic.
once I got a little older, I kind of got lucky. A lot of people don't really get exposed to a wide variety of different type stuff. Now, I'm not going to
Mhm.
sit here and say I'm the only person who knows who the Three Stooges is. But I
You
got
better
luck.
not.
I got lucky. I got lucky enough that I got to experience them when I was still young and impressionable.
Yeah.
And so I still love the Three Stooges. My favorite thing is actually a Thanksgiving episode when Curly's making the egg for the Thanksgiving dinner, and the instructions tell him to separate two eggs. So he puts two eggs together and then pulls them apart and just puts them completely uncracked inside of the turkey. And I absolutely just love that kind of humor. It's so simple, but it was hilarious.
Okay, so when you say Three Stooges, which three are you referring to?
Curly, Larry, and Moe, though I don't mind Shemp sometimes.
Okay. Most people, when you hey, I got to give you credit, dude, because most people, when you say which three are you referring to, they look at you like you're fucking nuts. Because wait a minute, what the fuck? There's only three. What are you talking about? That's the whole thing. The Three Stooges. Hello. I'm like, no, there's four.
Yeah.
No, there isn't.
Actually, Curly was always my favorite. I always got sad when they had
Oh,
to
for
put Shemp in
sure.
for him. He was I would call him an inspiration in how that area of my humor developed.
Yeah, definitely.
Just that whole simple things can be silly.
Oh yes, very much so.
But I give Mo a lot of credit for that too.
Yeah.
Larry, not so much. Larry was kind of just there to get beat the hell up on.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the most part. I mean, he did some funny things himself, but for the most part, he was just there for the other two to hit him.
I agree.
That actually reminds me, my parents might still have it somewhere.
Liz
but,
knows who they are.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. There you go, Liz.
Yeah, Liz is 18, so.
Oh, a youngin'. And she knows who she's, wow, 18, and you know who the Three Stooges are. I'm impressed. I am. I'm impressed.
Hey, I know who Michael Keaton is.
Well, I mean, yeah, did you get a chance to watch that movie?
No, but only because I'm pretty sure you just told me about it yesterday.
Did I? Yeah.
I
might have
think it
been.
was yesterday.
All right.
I mean,
Whatever.
I totally
But
could
still.
have. I just, obviously, I wasn't going to go that much
I mean,
into a rush
don't
about
get me
it,
wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's not the greatest fucking movie ever, dude.
but it's interesting.
But it's a funny, whimsical comedy with Michael Keaton.
Probably, I imagine in the same way that Face Off was.
Face Off is one of Honey Bunny's favorite movies of all times.
Dude.
And it's funny because anytime I see anything competitive where two people are competing, I always reference Face Off, just the words Face Off.
Yeah.
But when we first watched it together, I don't even remember the exact specifics of it, but she made this gesture where she put her hand up to her face like she was talking about something on her face. Her fingers are kind of cone shaped towards her face, and she pulled her hand away from her face while drawing her fingers closer together and says, "Face off," as she's doing it. Face off. And so it just stuck. It was hilarious in the moment when she did it, and it just stuck. So now, like I said, when I'm watching some video game shit or even some like American Ninja Warrior type shit or something, and there's two people going at something and competing, I look over at her and go, "Look, it's a face off." And I do the whole little hand thing in front of my face. Face off.
That sounds about right.
And there's another show. There's a show about I think what wasn't it was it cosplayers or was it body painters? It was one of the two. It was either body painters or cosplayers, a show where there's like these artists from around the world brought together to this one show, and each week they have a different theme or assignment that they have to complete and compete against each other in. And then each week one person's voted out as being like the weakest link. Goodbye.
Fuck that
but-
British cunt.
But I like making references, okay, and seeing if anybody picks up on them. But anyway, so like this show is called Face Off, and so every time we watch that, I'm like, oh, Face Off, Face Off. It's a Face Off.
Where's John
Become
Travolta?
a thing. John Travolta. I know all classic shows are. I grew up watching black and white shows. My parents used. Oh, so even the old school shit like. Oh damn! Let's see how much I can name off. Dick Van Dyke Show and I Love Lucy.
You can't forget the Andy
and
Griffith Show.
Andy Griffith and Laverne and Shirley and Happy Days and
Happy
there's-
Days. Personally, I've been
Patty
watching.
Duke. Patty Duke. There we go. That was the one I was trying to remember. Patty Duke. I actually liked Patty Duke. That one was funny.
Personally, I've been watching Cheers lately. Not quite as
Green
old as some of
Acres.
those, but Green Acres is the place to be.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, dude.
But I've been watching Cheers lately.
We need to do this again. Honestly, I'm digging this. We need to do this again.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I'm planning on doing them every Saturday. I do have somebody lined up for next Saturday. But I think what I'm gonna do is like if I don't get like new people every week, which eventually I will run to a point where it's like
Right.
okay, either I go actively seek out someone I don't already know, or I start
Yeah.
having guests again. I do have somebody for next week, but as far as
Just
for
alternate or something. Rotate,
well, that's what I'm saying. As far as for like, when there's weeks where I don't have somebody who hasn't been on before, hell yeah, I'm gonna go back to other people that I've already done it with.
Hell yeah. I'm enjoying it so far.
It is a lot of fun. It really is.
It is. You sit around fucking bullshit.
Exactly.
I don't have to worry about focusing on a game and doing well with it or whatever. Plus, we can be a little bit more real, a little bit more personal, a little bit more lively, and
it's
and
authentic.
discuss some. Yeah.
And you know what else? The time flies by with them. I'm
Mhm.
going to tell you that you might make sure if for some reason you have to go before I do or before 10 or whenever it happens first, you pay attention to the time because it does fly quick.
Whoa,
Like I just saw the time for the first time about 2 minutes ago. And I'm like, holy shit, it's been an hour already. And so that blitzes real quick.
What the?
And so that's really fun. But
Yeah, it's been about an hour so far.
yeah,
Chat
it,
messed up on me. Though.
it goes by
What
real
is
quick.
that? Let me go ahead and exit this and come back in real quick. Just my watching the stream. 8 viewers. Oh, popular. Hell yeah. Hi to everybody. Thanks for stopping by.
That's actually it's actually been going pretty well for me as far as viewer numbers. I've been trying to spread my viewers out further to people I enjoy, again, which is the whole point of this.
Mhm.
It doesn't always translate when I try and send them out, but I try to send them out, and I think that's the whole point, is at least I'm attempting to get some viewership for people I enjoy, of course, you being one of them.
Hell yeah, dude. I tune in as often as I can.
It's interesting, because personally, when I'm streaming, I try to tune out. I don't,
Maybe that's part of your problem.
well,
Like,
for me, streaming, I don't
you
necessarily...
see the title screen of a game and you're like, oh nope, never mind.
Yeah, no, I...
Fuck, it hasn't even
press...
asked me to push a button yet, but I'm already feeling the pressure.
You know, I wish I was lying about 7 Days to Die the first time I started up. Like, I wish I could say that I really didn't read the press the secondary action button and just go, well, guess I'm not playing this, but that's literally what happened. I just, I pushed a couple buttons, I'm like, well, none of those were it. I shut off the Xbox, I was done. And that was my failed video game for the day. But, something I was gonna say. This is something you'll notice too whenever you do these with me. I always have something I was gonna say and I forget it. It
Oh, yeah.
happens. I'm not gonna be able to prevent it. It's never gonna stop. Oh well.
That happens to me like 100 times per day, dude.
Huh.
And it'll probably happen more often with you the older you get. Just a heads up and fair warning.
Well,
Yeah.
believe me,
Honey
I've-
Bunny just threw her arms to the side and went like, "Yeah, duh. Look how often it happens with me. Shit."
well, like my dad. My dad's 55. And my mom's 56. If they had one piece of memory left between them, that'd be real nice. I mean, but actually, so I'd like to think I'm a pretty good personality, and I actually came inside when I went out to have that smoke before we started this. I come inside. My parents know that I do all the streaming stuff. I mentioned that to you before, and I talked to them about the whole streamer showcase thing. I've explained it to them a little bit. Like when I do game streams, they know they can knock on the door if they need me, and I'll
Right.
go out. But I told them, whenever I do the streamer showcase ones, I can't be interrupted at all. So like if there's little small
Gotcha.
stuff, I do that before we start this. I make sure they're all satisfied. But so I had my smoke and I come in and I said to my mom, I go, all right, I'm gonna go start now. Wish me luck. And she goes, good luck. And I said to her, I go, I don't need luck. I got personality. And she got mad at me. She goes, you told me to wish you luck. And I'm like, oh
Smart
well.
ass.
Yeah, well, exactly. But you gotta realize how long she's been dealing with me. She is
Well, yeah.
she is so used to it. Like the one thing she loses her mind when I do this, and I can't understand why. She'll tell me something like hand me that bag over there, and I'll go, you're a bag over there. And like she loses it every single time, even if it's not even remotely funny. Like, hand me that burp towel. Like, you're a burp towel. And she just loses it every single time.
I do stuff like that to you. Honey Bunny's over here grinning and looking at me like, yeah, you do that shit to me.
But yeah, so my mom's just been dealing with me for so long that like it doesn't even register her anymore. That it's not like how normal people interact generally. But
Well, it sounds like you got a good relationship with your family and stuff, though, and that's
thankfully I do. I mean, right now it's my younger brother's the one that's been helping out a lot as far as the Twitch streams.
hype for Mr. I Am Vitalize.
Yeah,
Or
hype for
Dougie.
him. Yeah, I call him Dougie. Did you hear the story I told? Did you hear the story I told about him last week? When I call him formally. Sometimes I'll say Douglas,
Oh yeah,
and then you heard all
I
of
was
that.
just gonna. I was waiting for him to say something and get smart or something, so then I could reply and say, "Look here, Douglas,"
See,
or something. But it didn't happen. So.
the reason I brought that up was because the part of that story that's the best is when my brain was trying to decide at one point whether to call him Dougie or Douglas, and I called him Dougly, and he just responds, "Are you calling me ugly?"
Ugly.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Also,
so he's really supportive of this. He was the reason I was able to get Dying Light, and I was able to get the Jackbox Party Pack that I've used a couple times now. But
Very
then
nice.
he buys me some drinks and things like that. You know, gets me soda. He essentially takes care of me. And then as far as my parents, I think I mentioned it to you before. I might have. They did. But my dad not so much, but really my mom. My mom did not get the streaming thing at all.
Right.
Like it was so far over her head, and so like she kept telling me like you're not doing anything when you're home, and like I'm trying to
Mhm.
explain to her, she's not getting it. And then I got that,
Oh, I know.
and then I got that first large donation, and I'm like, yeah, somebody gave me money for playing video games, and she's like, oh, okay, and now she gets it.
Yeah,
You
dude.
know, now she understands that I'm not.
Speaking of which,
Yeah, go ahead.
speaking of which, like I just wanna I just wanna say that, for me as a streamer, I mean, we talked a little bit off stream about what we were gonna be talking about tonight and stuff, so I had a little bit of a heads up. But one of the things you wanted to talk about were donations and being a streamer and what things mean to me and all that stuff too. But yeah, I don't know what the hell that is, but okay, hype popcorn. Hype popcorn. That works. Hey, whatever. It's
Honestly,
cool.
I know people who get hyped over popcorn, and they're all on the marijuana.
Ooh. Okay. The Hawarwama.
Marijuana. Marijuana. It's Herb Alpert and the marijuana base.
But anyway, no, I've gotten some help from people and some donations myself. And I think for me, in everything that I've been through in my own life, which is not to be made in any comparison to anybody else's, I've just been through a lot of shit. Um, and finally, like getting that affiliate and then receiving my first sub and my first cheer. And for me, it wasn't about the amounts. It wasn't about whether it was a 1 bit cheer or a gazillion bit cheer. It was just the fact of that first one. That first one, even if it was a 1 bit cheer, that was my validation. That was my proof of concept. All this time that I've been talking about the things I could do as a streamer, all the time I talked about trying to be a streamer, giving it a go, hypothetically sounds cool and be something I might be good at and I might enjoy. And I might be able to turn into not only just a hobby, but also, I mean, keep in mind, I'm 15 years, going on 16 years of disabled and unemployed, fighting my ass off for Social Security disability benefits, fighting with doctors and psych doctors and head fucking shit and x-rays, MRIs, all kinds of shit, trying to get people to understand what I'm saying about my illnesses, what I'm experiencing. And the whole time feeling unable to do much of anything really. So, for me, streaming is not just it's primarily a hobby, primarily a way for me to meet cool people, be fun and entertaining and funny, make people laugh. But it's also, I mean, I think anybody could, just kind of admit that yes, there's always that money side of it. But for me, I'm really, I mean, not that that's the most important side, but for me, it is kind of an important side of it because of my life situation, my real life situation, and the time that I've been in this situation, and the number of other things that I've tried to do that I've had various difficulties with throughout the years. And this is the one that fits most with my personality and fits most with my health, where it is today and where it most likely will be tomorrow and the following days. And so, I mean, I am really trying to turn this into something profitable, but all in all, I mean, it is all about the fun and the entertainment and the making people laugh and smile and just getting that first cheer, getting that first sub. Because I mean, people don't just toss that shit out for nothing. They don't go into somebody's channel that they don't like and cheer them or sub to their channel. That cheer, that sub meant that that person was liking my content, liked me, liked my channel, liked what they were seeing and hearing. And that meant way more than any of those dollar figures or bit amounts could have ever been or amount to. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think, especially in a situation similar to yours, from what I know about it, um, it's nice to realize, hey, I am worth something to someone. Uh,
Very much so, bro. Very much so.
and aside from, I'm not talking about the financial worth. I'm talking about the one, two, or
Oh
three
yeah.
people that so far have come in, and some of them have literally spent, if not dozens, we're talking literal 100 hours watching you.
Yeah.
They enjoy you
And I
enough to tune
appreciate it
in for
very,
100
very, very
hours.
much. Exactly. I mean, they could have chose to do any number of infinite other things than to tune in and watch my dumb ass. There ain't nothing special about me.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, especially right now, I'm still trying. I mean, I'm still really anxious. I have a lot of anxiety and depression issues. And so it's still at this point, it's really, really, really tough for me a lot of times to sit in front of the camera and stream, especially if nobody comes by. And it's not to put any pressure on those who may be watching now or you yourself, glitch prone, that you guys come by when you can. That's cool and I appreciate it. But there are some days when, hey, other shit's going on. You guys got your own streams to do. There's real life shit to take care of. And I haven't been doing it long enough to get out there to enough people to gain enough viewership yet to where there's a lot of times I sit there and I stream and I don't really have too many people stopping by or anything, and it gets discouraging, but I'm trying to kick myself in the ass and say, oh, no, 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 no. Don't crawl into your hole like a hermit crab. Try to keep the team positive spirit going and hang in there and just keep doing it. Try to make a joke, try to laugh, try to dance around a little, have some fun. I mean, that's a lot of the work that I've been doing with my overlay and the little Capamon bot and Nightbot and shit is I'm just trying to make things more fun, more entertaining, more whimsical, whatever. Make
As
things that put a smile on somebody's face.
yeah,
Make me laugh. If
with
I could
the
laugh, then I could feel more like making you laugh.
right with the discouragement of sometimes people don't stop in. Yeah, I really feel you on that. I think that's something a lot of early and small streamers go through.
Oh
Because
yeah, I'm sure.
there will be those days you have 4, 5, 6 people. Sometimes shit
Hmm.
you hit over 10. That always feels good.
Yeah,
But
hell
but
yeah.
uh but then there's those days where I mean it'll be you and somebody will stop in for a little bit, but it's like majority of the time you're there for like alone almost that entire
Hmm.
stream.
And it's
Uh
hard. It
yeah.
is.
It does feel discouraging, but then the next day you do it all over again, and lo and behold, somebody comes in and throws you, 500 bits or something,
Yeah, yeah,
and then you get hyped up about it again.
definitely.
So it's kind of a roller coaster, I think, early on for things like that. But like you said, you kind of just keep pushing on.
Hmm.
Um, I know what you mean too with the not so much depression. I mean, I've dealt with bouts of depression, not medically
Thank you.
not like not medically diagnosed with depression, but times where I know I'm a little more sad than I should be about something. So I don't
Yeah, and
100% know.
everybody experiences depression. I
Right.
think everybody
It would
at
just be
different
more
points in their
so.
life.
Right. It would just be more so for you. It's more of a chronic depression. It's
Yeah,
ongoing.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so
most of my life.
I don't know 100% with that, but as far as the anxiety side of things, I don't know if we've really deeply talked about it before. I know I've mentioned I have anxiety. Mine is generalized anxiety disorder, but the thing a lot of people don't understand about mine is mine's biological. It's a chemical imbalance in my brain that causes
Okay.
me to experience high levels of anxiety for absolutely zero reason. Like I
And
can
can I say that I think that's most likely the case for most people
right,
is just a simple chemical imbalance.
right.
And that's part of the reason why there's, a lot of medications prescribed all over the place for
Oh yeah.
different things because most of it actually does come down to just something as basic as a chemical imbalance.
Yeah,
And that if the doctors actually did their fucking job properly, then it shouldn't be so damn difficult to diagnose people properly
um as
and
far as
therefore treat them.
as far as for uh my form of anxiety, because like the thing is the reason I mentioned the whole it's a chemical imbalance because a lot of people will go, oh well, I get anxious before I go on a date, and I'm like, yeah, no, getting
That's
anxious before you
different.
go on a date is normal. That
That's
happens
normal.
to pretty much
Yeah.
everybody. I can be
Yeah.
sipping a pina colada in the Virgin Islands on the beach, and I'm gonna have an anxiety attack for no reason. Zero, and so they don't really get that part of it. Um,
Yeah.
but what the reason I was kind of lucky is I don't know 100% of the details with this anxiety thing of mine as far as this, but it is genetic. Because my mother has it, and I got lucky because she had a doctor in who she was still going to up until a couple of years ago. But back in the '90s, even in the '90s, mental health care was still virtually non-existent compared to where we're headed with it today. Um,
Yeah.
and they didn't really diagnose generalized anxiety disorders much back then. They mostly
Mhm.
just went, "Oh, you got this or that, or it's something else, or you have allergies." At least that was her experience with it. And she ended up going to another doctor, and he told her, "Oh, well, you're suffering from anxiety issues," and he prescribed medication to her. And he said, when you have kids, you might want to watch them. It can be genetic and it can be passed down. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, I did end up with it. Um, but the reason I'm kind of lucky in that regard is because it's not like I have two parents and both of them are just like, you just need to get over it. They have no idea how it works. My mom knows exactly what I'm feeling when I feel something like that.
That's awesome, because then you guys can communicate and kind of understand and support each other through the shit
Right. Like
because you
like
recognize it in each other.
like I've been to the hospital twice for anxiety attacks. Those are the very bad ones that I
Mhm.
experience rarely. It's only been terrible a couple times in my life, but the other small ones are still annoying as shit. But the big ones that I've been hospitalized for, she just reassures me, don't feel bad that you had to go to the hospital for it. I did that multiple times before I was officially diagnosed and put on medication. It happens. And so,
Right.
that was good to have as opposed to just two uninformed or ill-informed parents who are just the get over it type.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I've met parents like that where it's their child has anxiety disorders or some form of depression, and they go, they just need milk and or other vitamins, and it's like
Yeah, my
that's
parents were kind of like that. It was a lot of making excuses, pushing blame, and just kind of shrugging off the concept of me having any problems that might need other m- more attentive help or whatever, I guess. I don't know how to say it really. It's I mean, I grew up in Liz. Oh, I have a foot for you. I don't need no Jesus. Teach their own, teach their own, teach their own.
that
But I
that's
personally don't need no Jesus.
that's
Thank you
no
though.
that's
I
that's
appreciate it.
that's she's actually mocking her parents with that. Her parents are you just
Oh,
need
okay.
Jesus.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I can understand that. I can understand that for sure. My parents were not the overly religious type at all. I was forced to go to Jehovah Witness meetings with my
Oof.
grandmother on Sundays.
I feel like we've talked about that before.
We may have. But they were especially my stepmother. She was very manipulative, very I myself, not being of any kind of trained, educated professional in the field, but I still myself think that she was very possibly schizophrenic in some kind of way because she would make up things in her head and they were fact, period. Nobody could question it, nobody could argue it, and if anybody did anything, like okay, if somebody caught her in some bullshit, she would instantly, without hesitation, like it was just normal, turn things around, push the blame back on you, and then make a big scene and make herself out to be some kind of victim while pointing the finger at you and making you seem like some kind of heinous fucking asshole from the depths of hell. You know? I mean, and she was fucking good and instant. I mean, instant. And I mean, just fucking nuts. Just fucking nuts.
She needs some
But
milk.
it is some milk, yes. Yes, some milk of the poppy.
Hey, man. Poppies are in the field.
Well, I mean, okay, the reason I say that is because in this shouldn't be any kind of spoiler. In the show Game of Thrones, one of my favorite shows, they often use the substance called milk of the poppy, and it's got apparently a number of different uses, including like a disinfectant, an antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, uh, uh, a sedative. It'll knock you out. I mean, it's they're always talking about milk of the poppy, milk of the poppy, milk of the poppy. And if you use milk of the poppy in just the right dosage and in just the right way, then it's also a fucking poison. So there's all these different uses for milk of the poppy. And so when someone says she just needed milk, that's the first thing that popped into my head. Yes, yes, yes. She needs some milk of the poppy. No, she's gone. She's gone from this world. She's moved on. She's passed. She died in a house fire that happened and destroyed my family's home. About what, 4 years ago now? 5, 6 years ago, something like that.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about
She
that.
passed in that. I'm not.
Oh shit, man.
um, no, my little sister, my son, and my father survived it. My father was injured a bit in it, and my heart goes out to him, even though we don't get along, and he doesn't seem to give two shits about me. I still feel a lot for him. He's my father, and the injuries that he sustained in the fire, I feel for him. And if there's ever a time that my father tunes in and watches some shit, maybe watches this down the road some point later, I love you, dude. I love you. And really wish you'd reach out to me. Sorry. Little moment there.
Oh, you're
Fuck.
good, man.
Little moment there. But yeah, likewise for my son and my sister. I love all of them. Yeah, there's no love lost for my stepmother,
Yeah.
but that's also very well known in the family. And those that knew her best, well, some of those who knew her best knew exactly what she was up to. And others were just brainwashed by her shit. And it's not their fault, but maybe hopefully someday they'll understand.
Now, I want to make sure I heard right, because, I got those hearing difficulties, but you said your son.
Yes.
I didn't know you had
Who
a
is
son.
who is like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I've been in Oregon on the West Coast for the last 12-ish years.
Okay.
And so I haven't seen my son in about 12 years. And the last time I saw him, I had to leave him in the care of my parents, which was a very, very, very tough decision in itself.
Right.
But I had to try to leave him somewhere that he was actually going to be taken care of, and he was going to be safe, and he could get to school, he could get to the doctor if he needed to. He had, roof over his head, food in his stomach,
He could get some
and
milk.
I was having, yeah, not of the poppy,
Yeah, not
not
of the poppy. He could just have some regular milk.
um, but I fuck, sorry, I looked up at chat and it threw me off for a second. I got sidetracked. What was I just saying anyway? Brain farts. They're fun.
So, how old is your son then?
Well, oh yeah, that's where I was going.
Yeah.
Okay, so I haven't seen him in about 12, 13 years. He was about 7, 8, 9-ish or so last time I saw him, because he's now like either 20, 21-ish. So I mean, I mean, other than the first 6 years of his life, I missed his entire childhood. I missed the most important years of his life. I missed all the times of those important father-son moments. All those father-to-son lessons, teaching him how to ride a bike, teaching him how to tie his shoes, teaching him how to pick up girls. You know?
I don't think that's a dad thing. My dad never told me how to pick up girls, because I'm not even sure he
Well,
knows how to
I've
do it.
I've always been told that I'm a charming lady killer, so I've kind of been yeah, laugh your ass off. Shut up.
Well, if you're if
You
since
know it's true. You know
since
it's true. God damn it. So yeah,
since
she's agreeing. She's agreeing.
since you're
Anybody
since
sitting
well
next to me here agreeing with it.
since you're
I wanted to pass that on to my son. Damn it. I
since
wanted
you
him to have as much fun with it as I have.
since you're a charming lady killer, I have to ask you a question. When you are done, where do you hide the bodies?
Oh, see that, I run out of room fast. I do. I used to anyway. It's been a long, but I mean, a little cupboard here, a little cupboard there, wherever I could.
Right.
Not really. Oh shit. No, you know what I mean though.
Yeah.
I mean
You're gonna be all right now.
I'm trying to compose myself, but she's over here dying again. Can't fucking breathe, can't sit up. She's just fucking sure over here.
Okay,
She knows
but
it's true though. She knows it's true.
okay, so let me get this right. You are the broke, charming lady killer.
I'm the broke lady killer joke. Gaming.
Can't do the gaming part. Just the broke lady killer joke. Gaming though, I do game, so that's
yeah, gaming. Gotta make sure to throw that in there.
I kill women, but I game too. It's a hobby of mine.
I'm not all bad. I'm not all bad.
Yeah, but much like Hitler killed himself, I too will develop an aneurysm.
I'm not a lady killer in that sense. God damn it! Come on now.
Could have
I
fooled
just
me.
meant it in the like I mean, I was always told when I was younger, when I was in my single dating, whatever shit, when I was in my prime, I was always told that I was a very charming, very gregarious, fun, funny, charming, handsome, and more. People would often use the lady killer term. Like I got away with the ladies.
Yo,
I usually do. I
all the
usually
things,
do.
that you just said, I'm going to help you say that in way less words. They wanted to fuck me.
Okay.
The fuck you need the charming and all that other shit in there for? Just go, yeah, women wanted to fuck me.
Oh shit! Yeah, okay, all right, whatever. I mean, say it however you want, I guess.
That was quicker, wasn't it?
It was.
And I mean, it's obvious they put out, you got a son.
Yep.
Clearly it worked.
I supposedly have a daughter too, but that's complete bullshit.
It's unconfirmed.
Well, the daughter is mine or not is the no. Sorry, time frame doesn't match up. Get out of here. I'll take responsibility for whatever I have to. If it was my daughter, I would jump on the opportunity to do whatever I could to be there for and take responsibility. But the time frame doesn't match up, and wait, are you out? You're still in?
Is her phone trying to start up the cam, it looks like. I hit a thing and I don't know what I hit. Now it's doing other things. Help. Because that's how I feel when that stuff happens. Just like, oh no, what have I done?
I don't know. She hit something. Now it's doing something. We got a different screen than we had before.
Yeah, because on my screen, it just shows a loading symbol over her, which likely means that the cam's trying to get started up. Now, whether that's related to what's actually happening on her screen, I have no idea.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on. She clicked something. What did you click? What did you click? Oh, see that's part of it. You got to get this camera off. Hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. Hold on. There. Okay. And then
We are having third-party technical difficulties.
that close. And no, it's still trying to connect to camera. What the hell did you click?
Hey, Liz. I just noticed that you did the 200 bits. Thank you for those. It's very much appreciated.
Oh my goodness. We were doing just fine.
Would you?
And I don't even know what the hell you clicked.
Well, let's work our
Go
way
and
through
click
it.
something while I'm trying to figure shit out, all right?
All
right.
Have you tried just shutting down the Discord app altogether?
No, but
Because we'd be able to bring her right back into the call anyway,
yeah.
or restart the
Okay.
phone altogether.
What the fuck? I closed it.
You know what?
Have to end.
It might not even be her anymore. It might be something else doing something else from God knows what. Alright, I know the easiest way to get this fixed as far as on the stream end. I don't know about on her phone's end, but actually there's no problem on the stream end. Everything looks all... Okay, it just left. Yeah, it says she's no longer even in this. So that's solved.
Yeah,
Also,
I just pulled her out.
Yeah, okay. Also, Liz, I'm kind of proud of you figuring out how to buy bits, because I know sometimes you get confused on the internet. So I'm just proud that you figured out how to do that. You didn't even ask. But my only concern is you either bought 200 bits in one at a time, you bought 100 at a time, or you went ahead and bought more.
Okay, go ahead and send her another invite, please.
You should be able to open up the direct message that's titled Glitch Prone and Broke Joke, and she comes right back in, just much like you did the one time you accidentally or intentionally left. I don't remember if it was intentional or not.
Uh, I. Okay. Wait. Join. Voice.
There we go.
Okay. Are we good now?
Yeah.
All right. Now, do not click that button. See that button there? Do not touch that button. Because I think that's the camera button. Do you see that? That button right there? That button right there. See that? See that? See that button? See? Don't push it. Don't push it. Don't do it. I'll chop off your fingers. No, I won't. I won't. I swear I won't. But I'll think about it. Uh-oh. She almost made me look and read between the lines.
Oof.
She held up the 3 fingers.
You know what's interesting? The way of flipping someone off or giving them the bird or whatever you prefer to call it. You used to actually do the index finger and the middle finger hundreds of years ago. And the reason for that was
Oh, now she's flipping me off with her foot.
that sounds fun. But
It was interesting.
so the reason they used to do it with those 2 fingers was enemy militias when they would capture the archers, they would cut both of those fingers off and send them back home. They couldn't be archers anymore. So the archers that still had their fingers used to hold up both of the fingers in order to flip them off. And that's kind of the origin that I know of flipping someone off. Also, Liz, thank you so much for that donation. That's entirely unexpected.
Whoop, whoop. Donation hype.
Yeah, and you did do it correctly, as far as I can tell. But then again, what do I know? No, really, Broke, tell me, what do I know? I don't know anything. That's the point. No one's got to tell me what I know. I don't know shit. I've tried to know stuff, but I really absolutely do not. Like, I went to school for years, and then I got out of school, and I read a lot of articles, I watched a lot of movies, watched a lot of TV, I went to some post-school stuff, went for TV, radio, broadcasting, still all those shit. I read articles to this day, and I barely know anything, so I guess the real question is, what do I really know? And I think the point is that I don't know anything.
Well, that's not good.
Did I do good?
Uh-oh. 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 I just lost. Oh, no, 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 no.
What'd you lose?
Chat got wiped.
The what?
Chat got wiped. Sorry. So whatever was said before, I don't see it now, but that's okay. It's okay. I don't think there was anything. I think the last thing said was Liz donated.
Yes, that's the last thing that was said. And then, of course, Honey Bunny just put all the hype things that she has in her possession up. Just all these stickers. And...
Yay! I think you've got a serious fan there with Liz. She seems to come around quite a bit.
I'm actually gonna go ahead and direct message to something.
Wink, wink,
to you,
nudge, nudge.
But yeah, one too many wings.
Wink,
one too many.
wink, nudge, nudge. What are you?
But oh, for a second I was gonna respond to what Stream Elements said. Stream Elements just told me to join Discord. I just added that command today, so I thought somebody had posted a link to their Discord, and I was about to tell them to shove off.
Yeah, get out of here, Stream Elements.
Yeah, fuck
I don't
off.
want to hear it.
Nobody wants your shit. Stop welcoming everybody to the chat room and stop telling me what they do. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah, what are you doing here? Go away. We need to break your knees. I mean, so, did you see the So I don't know if you've heard, but Will Smith started making videos for YouTube, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, he made a video where he was talking to Sophia, the artificial intelligence robot, and she
Mm.
she fucking broke his life. He goes to tell her a joke. He goes, "What's a robot's favorite music?" And she goes, she just looks at him because again she's a robot. She don't move much, and he
Mm.
goes heavy metal, and
Uh,
she goes, actually, I really prefer electronica, and I don't mind '80s hip hop. And he goes, oh, actually, actually, I released some hip hop albums in the '80s. She goes, I know, I've heard your stuff, not for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Oh shit. I like some
damn.
Will Smith, but that's funny.
You know what? How much do you like Will Smith?
Sorry, chat's going in and out a little bit. Say that again.
How much do you like Will Smith?
Yeah, chat's still going in and out. We're having some issues here.
How much?
Everybody all right?
Yeah. How much do you like Will Smith?
I mean, I like to keep a variety of tastes, and I like, one or two or three or four songs
Like
from
parents just don't understand.
various. Yeah, and like summertime,
Yeah.
and
Okay. So would you be against me sending
getting
you?
jiggy with it.
Would you be against me sending you a 45 RPM vinyl of Parents Just Don't Understand?
Oh my God. On one hand, that'd be fucking super sick awesome. But on the other hand, dude, realistically, that, send that to somebody who's going to get more use out of it, honestly, dude. Because if you send it to sit on
Honestly,
a shelf or in
listen,
a box or
listen, man.
something somewhere, and I don't want to do that.
It's Will Smith. Nobody's getting any use out of it.
Yeah, but I mean, fanatics and shit that would get the shit just because it's vinyl. And like I don't want to sit on something that somebody somewhere might get some enjoyment out of. You know what I mean? I'd rather see it go to a better home, kind of.
What about like
I appreciate it, but
what if I send
you
you
don't have to send me nothing.
well
You
no
don't have to send me nothing.
listen, you are a charming lady killer. So what if instead of Will Smith, what if instead of
I'm never gonna live that down.
no, what if instead of Will Smith I send you Right Said Fred's I'm Too Sexy.
Oh my God. Oh my God. The only lady, not you, Glitch, but Honey Bunny, do you realize she's sitting next to me? Okay. Do you realize that we do not have a record player?
That's weird. I have a record player.
We do not have. What the hell are you doing? Oh my God. All right. Come on. Get back to let's get back on track here, okay? You're losing it over here next to me. And it's unfortunate for me and the viewers and stuff. They can't see what is transpiring here and and the distractions from the shit that, okay? Hey, Will Smith, enough said.
Thank you for the bits again,
Oh,
Dougie.
shit.
What about
Dougie.
actually, you know what? Let me so okay, I the little wizard icon I have, that
Yeah.
a friend of mine drew that years ago. She was a girl from Belgium.
Oh,
And
cool.
she actually sent me some records that she found in her parents' basement. And one of them is a group called the
Nice.
KLF. And as far as I know,
KLF.
yeah, I didn't even know them,
Vaguely
so I mean,
familiar.
but they were just like big somewhere over in Europe. But like, there's a description of them on the back of this 45, and I want to read you the description.
Okay.
They travel the world in their ice cream van. They've voyaged to the bottom of time. They've been to the place where the moo moo mate, And the children still cry, mine's a 99. Exhumed, explored, and exploited by the KLF.
Okay. All
Isn't
right.
that the most
So
ridiculous thing
do
you've
we-
ever heard?
do we have to prepare some spiked Kool-Aid for when we listen to this?
Honestly, it sounds like it. Sounds like you have to drink some spiked ice cream.
I mean, it almost sounds like some like crazy ass cult shit.
Yo.
Like, you know,
It probably
wow,
was.
like
Yo,
worship the
do you-
ice cream van.
do you
and
remember?
the ice cream van shall shaft to enlightenment?
Do you remember?
Sample the 31 flavors.
Please stop. But what I was gonna say was, do you remember Salt and Pepper?
Oh yeah.
Well, tell me this
Definitely.
isn't the most 90s thing you've ever heard. So it's actually the 45 RPM single for Let's Talk About Sex.
Uh-huh.
Side A is original recipe side. Side B is super crispy.
Okay.
Is that the most 90s thing you've ever heard?
Actually, that's not too far off from some of the things that I've heard these days describing things.
Well, yeah, but things always come back, you know.
Yeah, true.
I mean, you know, look at well, actually I don't know, but look at it. You know what I do have that I really used to enjoy playing a lot, that I probably wore the hell out of it?
Was a
I have the 45 for theme from Shaft.
nice. I used to have Peter Gabriel. I think it was Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer.
Okay.
Was that? Am I mixing up people?
No, that sounds about right. Personally, when it comes between Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins, I'm more of a Phil Collins guy, but yeah, not everyone
Well,
is.
I mean, like I said, I like one here, 3 or 4 songs there.
Right. Well, you know me, musically.
Why are you messing with buttons? Like, are you aware of what your hands are doing, or are they just doing random shit on their own?
Mine do that sometimes.
Jeez, oh Pete's lady, chill it out.
I can't honestly say I've ever heard anyone say Jizo Pete's.
Well, I mean,
I know, like
I know I've sworn a lot already, but I try to keep it clean when I can.
Yeah, I have. Well, here's the thing. When I do these, I put it on 25. Wow, I almost said 25 plus. I wish I could. I don't want nobody under 25 here, but no, I do. I don't mind the kids that are 18, 19, 20, but it's the 13-year-olds you got to watch out for. But so I always have this on 18 plus. So you can say things like suck a fucking shit dick, and that's fine.
Ew.
Like we talked a little bit about
That
anal
sounds
earlier.
nasty.
I don't, doesn't it?
Sucking a shit dick. That sounds a little messy.
Well, that's what happens after anal.
That's all pudding pops. Oh, sorry.
Oh, man.
Man, oh man.
Alright, where do we... Alright, so... Let's see.
Okay, so where is place that today is short tomorrow and comes before yesterday?
Okay. One more time.
Where is the one place where today is shorter than yesterday, or excuse me, shorter than tomorrow, but comes before yesterday?
I have no idea.
The dictionary.
Oh damn.
Mm, mm,
I feel like I've heard that somewhere.
Got him.
See, I feel like I've heard that somewhere, and I think a lot of people probably have, but your mind just erases it every time you hear it.
Here's one. And you'll probably get it, but this is one that you can use on somebody else at a later time, and it absolutely has to be verbal.
Okay.
But if YES, yes, then what does EYES spell?
Eyes.
Right, but most people say, I don't know, like ES or EEs or something. I don't know.
I do believe I have heard this one. My favorite thing to ask people, and you'd be surprised how many people can't figure this out. If you're 80 miles away from your destination and you are driving at 80 miles per hour, how long will it take you to arrive at your destination?
Say that again.
You are 80 miles away from your destination. You are driving at 80 miles per hour. How long will it take you to arrive?
I know it's a trick. I know it's a trick.
See,
I'm
that's the
trying
thing.
to see the trick.
Most people think it's a trick.
I
but-
would say
but the-
an hour.
Exactly. You're 80 miles away,
Okay.
and you're going 80 miles per hour. So you go 80 miles in 1 hour, hence a 1 hour arrival time. However, for some people,
Okay.
like for some odd reason, some people's brains just hear that and go, I forgot how to do distance timing. Hey Liz, thank you for another 100 bits. Actually, I think
Ooh,
that gets
shit.
I think that actually
Triple
gets
time in it.
I think that actually gets her to 5th place on the leaderboard. I do believe 5th place was at a total of 269. It's weird when you have the top 5 leaderboard and number 1's at like $70 and then number 5's at like $2. it's such a discrepancy. But I also have to add her actual donation too, so yeah, maintaining a leaderboard is it gets a little difficult sometimes. I mean, I do have fun doing it, but oh wait, did you just you just did a total of 500 bits? I was like standing away.
Damn.
Is that okay? So that's
We need some more. We need some more cheer hype. Hold on, let me get some more
I
cheer
have
hype
to
going.
get I have to get a cheer hype emoticon or something,
Command.
right?
Yeah.
I have to build on that. Because I'm really bad at having good commands. I just have really poor commands.
It took me a while to get what stupid shit I got put together.
Well, I'd like to think I'm pretty good at a lot of things. But
Me too.
making good commands is not one of them.
Hey, I feel the same way about a lot of shit. I like to feel that I'm pretty gifted and I'm a jack of all trades, a master of none.
Hey, well, you know what you were
and,
really
you know-
gifted with, right? You're a charming lady killer.
Pooping.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Never gonna live that down.
No, I am never gonna stop with that. That goes right next to play that slap bass porn music. Broke, the most charming lady killer to ever gallop across the Renaissance Fair. Is that where you picked up your women? Is that why they thought you were charming? You were at the Renaissance
I mean,
Fair?
I did do a lot of flirting and stuff at Ren Fair for sure. A lot. I mean, come on. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I like the wenches.
Especially when they're handing you beer and chicken wings.
Hey, No. All wenches are good. Not just the service wenches, but all wenches are good.
Right, but let's be honest.
All wenches were created equal.
Let's be honest though. Being handed a beer is a bonus.
Hey, no, that definitely. Hey, if that wench has a flagon of ale, then hey, that's just cherry on the top there, you know?
Yeah. Did you like did you go up to them wearing your little feather cap, going "Milady," and like take them home?
Oh, I would try to speak in the lingo as much as I could, milady and all that shit. Yeah, for sure. And
Did it ever work?
I did dress up in garb. Oh yeah. Yeah. I had fun. That's all I'll say is I had fun. It was fun. There was many things I enjoyed about the Renaissance Festival, but the ladies were definitely part of it.
Well, you know why? They wear they wear those corsets with the low cut.
I know. That's part of what I enjoyed.
Wait. Were
Definitely.
those the real attractions? Like
not
never.
the only not.
Right.
I mean, I've always really dug the whole medieval Renaissance period and everything involved in it back then in that time. But especially with my current life issues and health and everything else, I wouldn't have been able to do shit back then. But it's intriguing, and you know, I enjoy imagination. Man, there she goes again.
Thank you
She
for the
must
bit
be
scan,
liking
Liz.
this. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream tonight, Liz. Thanks for cheering my buddy here.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions or anything, anybody viewing, if anybody tuned in and watching has any comments, anything that you want to ask me, I can't speak for. Pretty sure that he'll answer too. But you want to ask?
I do want to ask you a couple
chat.
things.
I'm watching and I'll reply. No, anybody but you.
Oh, all right, that makes sense.
No, go ahead, dude. What?
How did you really pick up the ladies? Like, did you ever take one home from the Ren Fair?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I needed to answer. Thank you. You can go now.
Numerous times.
Same woman?
Yes. I mean, there were some repeats.
Okay.
But there was a variety too.
Now,
come on, dude. I grew up. I mean, I started going to the fucking Michigan Renaissance Festival when I was like 5 or 6 years old. But I grew up at this place. Every day that they were open, I was there from open till close.
Now,
every day.
Where did they hold it when you went?
I believe it was called Mount Holly, and it was off a Dixie Highway.
Because see,
I'm down the street from, like this man-made mountain ski place thingy.
See, I'm not terribly even though I lived there for a year. The thing is, I don't have a driver's license, so I used to just get in the car and I went. I don't really know areas and directions. I know what places I've been to and stuff like that. But I don't know where they were holding the Renaissance Fair when I went. But I was in do you know Redford?
Yeah.
I was in Redford, right by Telegraph Road.
Okay.
Yeah, I was Redford, right off Telegraph. And they were holding.
So,
it was about 25 minutes away, actually.
But it was like out in like the outskirts. It wasn't in like a I want to say more like a county fairgrounds or something. It wasn't in something like that. It was more edge of town, boonies type location, right?
Where they held it when I went. I don't know if I'd call it boonies. I mean, they had a pretty big parking lot. The parking lot was
Huge
definitely,
parking.
yeah, it was definitely, a couple
Was
hundred
it
cars.
all like unpaved, just
Yeah, oh yeah,
regular
unpaved.
dirt ground?
Yeah, and but the thing is, they don't ever take all of the buildings down, as far as I know. Again, I only went
Right.
once. It's all set up. They just leave it there. So I don't know if it's. It
Yeah.
might have always been in that location. Actually, you know what? I will find out where it is.
It probably was.
Yeah,
It probably was because it never changed locations
Yeah,
in the 25.
just for sake of absolute knowing, I'm gonna see where they hold it now, because I'm assuming this year they'll be holding it the same place they held it when I went. And you tell me if that's where they used to hold it.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I'm pretty sure it probably is.
Oh
Most
yeah,
likely is.
what I'm hearing, I'm
And
fairly
there's
certain
other
too.
Yeah, and there's other Renaissance festivals,
Yeah,
but none of them are called the Michigan Renaissance Festival. There's like the Bristol Fair, there's the Silver Leaf Festival, there's the Medieval Fair, there's some other shit, but none of them are called Michigan Renaissance Festival. If you went to the Michigan Renaissance Festival,
yeah.
then you most likely went to where I grew up.
So
Really?
here's the festival location. It's actually 12,600 Dixie Highway, Holly, Michigan.
Exactly.
And that's where I went.
Yep.
And God, I loved it. So
it was awesome, dude.
Where in Michigan did you grow up?
Awesome.
Where in Michigan did you grow up?
Highly recommend it to anybody. I grew up in Ann Arbor.
Oh, that's right. We've talked about that before. Yeah, I've been to Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor wasn't
Briefly.
too bad.
Yeah.
Let me think. When I moved there, so I was in Redford, and the first job I had up there, I was at. I actually did oil changes at a Valvoline in Trenton, and then after that I did janitorial work at there's a 50s McDonald's in I think it was technically Dearborn Heights. I don't know if it was Dearborn or Dearborn Heights. But I worked at a McDonald's there. But I went up to places like I did a little bit of Yipsy. Livonia was right there, so of course I went to Livonia quite a bit.
That's funny. You pronounced it Yipsy.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Funny.
I wasn't born and raised there, so shoot me.
I know.
But actually,
we those of us from the area call it Ipsy.
Yeah, well,
it's just Ipsy.
I actually
Ipsy.
have some business cards. Because I like to grab business cards from wherever I am. And yes, fun size. I'll pull your fun size lever. And I have some from Michigan. So you know what? Let's go through these, and you tell me if you've ever been to any of these places. Because I'm sure some of them still existed when you were up there. I just have to find all the Michigan ones.
And I'm still not seeing Stream Elements shit from when I'm viewing you.
That's just weird. I don't know why that's. You know what? If you did ban Stream Elements from your chat,
and unblocked.
Okay, so you have unblocked.
Should.
You know what? I think tomorrow. I think I'll go through.
Because I had to do that on my own channel.
Yeah, I think I'll just go through that with you at some point.
Before it comes through again. Yeah, not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's all right.
All right. So
all right.
I have a couple other business cards somewhere that I have to find, but I have 3 of my Michigan ones with me.
Nice.
So let's see if you know any of these places, if they were there, or if you went to them when you were up there way back when. Okay, so I'm gonna go from least to most likely, perhaps heard of. So the first one, I doubt they've been around very long, but it was Gameplay. They had a location in Redford and some other places, but
Nope,
no Gameplay. All right, that's out of the question. Stormy Records in Dearborn.
don't think so.
Okay, DeLuca's Restaurant in Westland.
That sounds really familiar. I
Uh,
can't say for sure, but
well,
I did live in Westland for a little while,
I will say,
and Lucas
they
does sound very
yeah
familiar.
they were definitely there when you were because this business card says serving you for over 55 years. Thanks for the bunch
Yeah,
of bits coming in again, Liz.
she's on a rampage tonight.
I think she's trying to overtake my brother.
You go, girl.
I'm just trying to keep track of everything that's going on. Somebody help, I'm on fire. Yo, speaking of that shit, you know what the dumbest thing my brother's ever said to me was? I don't know what he said to me beforehand, but we're sitting in the kitchen, and he just says, "Call the pharmacy, I'm coming in hot." And I still have no idea what that means.
Yikes.
Oh, did I? I got to tell you about when we were in Fishkill. So we were in Fishkill, New York, and he found a video that he didn't know he took. And in the video, I'm wasted, like I'm laying on the floor between two couches, and
Mm.
the video just starts with me, and I just go, "We need more," and my brother goes, "More what?" Mind you, he's drunk too, so you barely understand it. But he goes, "More what?" And I said, "More beer," and I went, "My head's tired, and so is my neck. I'm bouncing." And I have no idea what that means. But it was just funny watching that because I didn't know he took that shit. That was a good time.
Oh man.
All right,
Wow.
so
That took that already
What's that?
going in there for. I went and tweeted out your stream, and it took 3% of my battery to go in there for a couple minutes and do that. My phone battery. My phone's got a shitty battery.
Most
It
phones do.
drains way too quick.
Well, one thing I do want to throw out there is we have about 10 minutes. So if there's anything you want to get to in the next 10 minutes, for sure, feel free to bring that up. Otherwise, we're just gonna shoot the shit for 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes until end, or
Yes, 10 more minutes until end. Because, as I told you,
okay.
yeah, I have till 7 o'clock your time to do these. So once that time rolls
Oh,
around,
gotcha. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because
Okay.
I like to be considerate of other people in my household, and that's when it gets
Oh,
too
yeah.
late to where, yeah, oh yeah, and I share a room with my brother, so I have to make sure that when he comes home from work, he's able to do what he needs to do without any noise disturbances. I try to be
Yeah, no
considerate,
problem, dude.
but I
And I
definitely,
appreciate that. You're
I
you're good dude.
I definitely want to have you on again. Um,
Me too,
I
bro. Me too. This was fun.
we might do I might start doing impromptu ones of these where like if instead of gaming I feel like doing one of these, I might just do it any given day of the week and just pop into a couple people and go, "Hey, you feel like doing it today?" And they say no. It's just like, "Ah, no problem. I'll go ask somebody else," and then I'll just throw them together randomly like that because like for you, I always have this set up now for OBS. I have all these pictures. It's all
Yeah.
set up. I can save it.
Yep.
So anytime if I want to do an impromptu one with you and you're okay with it, all I gotta do is throw this up and then we're good to go.
Awesome. Yeah.
But so do you like where you live now, or is it just kind of there because you have to be as far as like state-wise?
What do you mean? Like geographically? Like, do I like Oregon or?
Uh, you like the people around, you like the shops around, you like the geographical location, do you like the weather?
Oregon's. I mean, I don't get out too often.
Me
I'm a
neither.
homebody. I'm at 5% of the time.
Yeah,
Just based on geographical stuff, I mean, Oregon is an incredibly beautiful state.
right.
There's nature lover, and for somebody who really likes mountains and valleys and wilderness and just nice earther and shit.
Yeah.
Oregon's pretty fucking nice, pretty damn nice. Um, you know, the city that we live in, it's got quite a bit to it. It's big. It's I don't get out much, so as far as like, the people, I mean, I haven't had any real issues with anybody. I mean, I've met some pretty decent people. Not that I'm friends with them or anything like that, but um, I don't know. Highly recommend visiting Oregon if you get a chance. And I can't even really specify a part of Oregon because there's all kinds of shit here. All kinds of shit here. We got sand dunes, we got coastal shit, we got mountains, we got Crater Lake, we got, I mean, all kinds of shit. So whatever your kind of outdoor activity, we probably got it covered out here.
That actually sounds pretty good. That's I do like my brother and I will go on like hikes and nature walks. And yes, we do have that in New Jersey, believe it or not. That we have
Yeah.
forests and woodlands. Most people think of New Jersey as one big city, but 56% of the state is actually woodlands. And then some more of it's
Nice.
water, and then I think like 20% of it's farmland. Barely any of the state is city area until you go up north. So that's
Nice.
little known about New Jersey, I guess. A lot of people like to think of us as just an extension of New York City, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
kind of
people
like,
tend to be narrow-minded and judgmental and shit too. So,
well,
whatever.
the easiest way to avoid narrow-minded people is just stay away from the people with really thin heads.
You would think.
Yeah,
would think.
you would,
If
yeah,
if
you would.
only it was that simple. If only it was that look around while you're walking down the street and look this way and go, oh, yeah, they narrow-minded. I won't talk to him. Oh, wow, look at that guy. He's got an extreme head.
Wow, look at that guy.
Oh, let's go have that.
Look at
That
that
should
guy.
be
He's
interesting.
got the head size of a manhole cover. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel the same way about this one as I did last week. I hate when they have to start coming to conclusions. Like, I don't like it. Yeah, I should
Yeah.
I should figure out a good way to do these earlier. Like, start them at like 4, and then do them until the other person feels like going. Cause even myself, I don't know if I'd want to do it for 6 hours. But like 2.5, 3 hours, just it goes by way too quickly. But it's a boatload of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think 6 hours would go by really quick, honestly.
Yeah, but
Um,
if I was gonna do it for 6 hours, there would have to be intermissions where I would need to at least take a break, go out for a smoke. I can handle not having to smoke for
oh,
2 or 3 hours, but 6 hours, I might start getting a little angry and hot headed.
yeah, but the intermission, nothing wrong with that at all. Especially the longer the stream is, it should be taken.
Yeah. Yeah. What's 5 minutes compared to 6 hours and the overall time?
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Liz,
I have
Fanny
not
likes
actually
Oregon.
been to festival.
What is the
I've
Shakespearean
not
Festival?
been to that one. Liz would be able to tell you more about that. 10 out of 10 in her book.
Do they just do like Shakespeare stuff?
I would think.
I mean that's what the name would imply.
Yeah.
You go there, it's all just Leo Tolstoy instead. It's just like
It's
we're not
really
doing
a gaming convention.
yeah. Broke lady killer joke gaming.
Broke Lady Killer Joke Con.
Yeah, basically. I'd go to that con.
Yeah. I'd go to GlitchCon.
You know what? You know what? That it's funny you say that because a couple of the people I know on Twitch that stream have been talking about going to TwitchCon, and I'm like, I would go to TwitchCon, but I can't afford my way out there and all that shit. I won't fly and stuff. I'm like, I'm just gonna make GlitchCon, and it'll be a more
There you
centralized
go.
convention. And so I think one day I'd like to be able to have my own convention and just have GlitchCon.
There you go. I'm there, dude.
It'll be smaller and more interactive, is the whole thing.
That's all right. The tickets would be cheaper and shit.
I'll have to ask my brother what he really felt when he met some of his streamers he likes and YouTubers he likes, because he met them when we went to Atlanta last year, and he went to the after party and snuck into the VIP section and met some of his favorite YouTubers, and he got one of them to chug his beer.
Nice.
He came home to the hotel so shit faced.
I bet, dude. I bet.
Well, I mean, you're on vacation for 9 days and you're at an after party for a gaming tournament. Yeah, most people are there getting blitzed.
Yeah.
All right, so we're at 180 seconds or less till 10. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get ready to
We
get
wind
out of
it up,
here.
dude.
What happened now? What
I
I
don't
miss?
know. You say
I thought you said something.
180 seconds away from wrapping it up or something, I think? Is that what you're saying?
We're 180 seconds away from it having to end, so we're wrapping it up now.
Right.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, if you don't mind, I would like to just say real quick. I'll let Glitch do the final sign off, but I just want to say thanks to everybody for coming out. Thanks for joining us, Liz. Thanks for cheering and being a part of the chat and stuff and talking with us, helping this process go through and all that shit and have it fun and thank you, Honey Bunny, for hanging out and everybody else, and thank you, Glitch, for having me and hosting this fun stream, having me as a guest, and yeah, awesomeness. Thank you.
Alright, now I get to say pretty much the same thing but in reverse. I was going to thank you for being here, but that kind of just sounds shallow now, doesn't it? How do I... How,
Oh,